Hi guys, and welcome to another episode of this weekly alts analysis series where we take a look at some of the most popular altcoins in the market and show you how to easily identify key levels of higher time frame supports and resistances so that you can use them to either dollar cost average in or potentially play some longer term swing trades. So something finally happened. We've had a huge drop in BTC due to a lot of macro events regarding FTX and Binance, etc. Hope none of you got caught up in that. Hopefully no one got burnt too badly, both with FTX and just holding bad positions when we dropped. It was a pretty savage drop. As we can see, we're on the BTC weekly time frame here. Bounced quite nicely off that 16.3k weekly level that we've had on our charts since starting the series. Nice little bounce. We're looking very, very likely to break 19k. Got a couple of days left to go. But yeah, if we go and look at the monthly, you can see we've been saying this the past couple of weeks. It's been looking pretty ugly on the monthly timeframes. 13k looks like a bit of a magnet here. I don't really see how it doesn't reach down there. So what this monthly support zone between about 13.8 and 12.2. So yeah, it'd be very interesting to see if we do get down there. As I say, we're having a little bounce off 16k now. Maybe we get a bearish retest of 19k before one final leg down. I don't know, we'll have to wait and see. What we're going to do in today's episode, guys, is quickly have a whistle stop tour of all the pairs that we've charted and see how effective our weekly and monthly levels have been in terms of potential buy areas and sell zones. And as you know, it took us sort of 5-10 minutes per chart to mark these out. So yeah, we'll go through, see how effective they've been, and see what kind of performance we'd have got from them. So literally starting from the top, we'll go with AVAX USDT. We'll keep it on the weekly time frames. No real need to go into the monthly. So as you can see, just shy of that monthly support region between sort of $11.50 and $9, sat in this weekly support zone at the moment. Do we get one more bounce, or will it break and finally come down to around about that $11 to $9 range? We'll see. In fact, we go to the daily. Yeah, it's not looking too good. So yeah, could be seeing a drop into that zone. And in fact, if we do go to the monthly, that looks like a really nice buy area. You can see the bounce we had before back in June and July 2021. So pretty decent. And from here, it's about down to the bottom of that monthly supply zone. It's a 40% drop. So yeah, pretty good risk reward down there if you do like the project. Not financial advice, of course. AVAX BTC, as you can see, we've had a nice little bounce off this weekly support we marked out between about 8,500 sats and 8,000 sats. Nice little bounce so far. Again though, should this level break, we're probably going to see it come down to this next zone between about 6,500 sats and 5,500 sats. Quick little percentage drop. You're looking at anywhere between sort of 25 and 35% drop there if that happens. USDT in what I would consider a really, really good buy zone here between $6.27 and $4. We can see if we go to the monthly time frame. Really nice accumulation zone if you like the project. Again, not financial advice, but you can see where we accumulated quite a lot down here between between August and December 2020 before taking off. So again, risk reward, you think all-time high was up at $55, we're now at around $5. That's a pretty good risk reward in my opinion. .BTC, not really much to look at. If this does continue to climb, be sure to look at booking in some profits up here around the 3,900 to 4,100 sats range if it was to get up there. Sol, obviously a lot of stuff going off with Sol at the moment, caught up in the FTX saga. If we go to the monthly time frame, you can see we're just looking to breach that support now. However, we are still quite early in the month, so this could just wick up and end up holding the support. Clear, solid support zone between $25 and $19. You can see the 3 wicks we had back in May, June, and July 2021. So this level may well hold and produce a bounce. Just have to wait and see. So yeah, you could buy some here, but obviously very risky. So be careful. Sold BTC. Wicked beautifully down to that weekly supply zone that we marked out, weekly support between 7,500 sats and 7,000 sats. Just caught the very top of it, so if you had an order down there and caught it, then congrats, because that zipped up quite nicely. Be sure to take some profit here though. You've gained about 35% on BTC there, so pretty nice. And you can see it was a clear level of support with all this candle body closes and wicks back from 2021. So yeah, nice little bounce there. Again, that's on a monthly support. Again, you can see the wicks and body closes there, so clear support. Maybe Sol hangs on here. All really depends on BTC. VeChain, back to the weekly, or in fact let's go to the monthly. You can see lovely little tap of both the monthly support and resistance here from VeChain. If we go down to the weekly, we talked about taking profit on this 2 weeks ago, up at this monthly resistance range between 2,000. We're in USDT, 2.8 cents and 3 cents, and as you can see, it just wicked into that 2.8 cents region. So hopefully you guys took some profits there, and you maybe even caught a bid down here at just under 2 cents there. So 0.019 with this monthly support region we marked out between 0.019 and 0.0175. You can see again, really clear area of previous resistance now flipped to support with these candle wicks, candle body closes. So if you caught that, again, congrats. But again, look at potentially booking in some profits, because that's a decent 15% move there. VeChain BTC, again, we talked about taking profits on this 2 weeks ago. Right in this zone here between 130 sats and 136 sats. So if you did, happy days. You can see it potentially rejecting there, and possibly double top, maybe falling lower. We'll have to see, depending on the dominance of BTC against alts. Matic, this has been a wild coin. Again, last week we posted a video about taking profits on Matic and BNB, and you can see it literally tagged the weekly resistance that we had marked out here at $1.30. Again, the same as last week. So hopefully you guys took some profits on that. Very, very volatile at the moment. And you can see monthly resistance as well. We talked about taking profits here in this monthly resistance zone between $1 and $1.07, and also if it made it up to that weekly resistance at $1.30. So hopefully, as I say, if you were in that position, you've taken some profits there, and congrats if you did. Matic BTC, again, we talked about taking profits here and this monthly resistance, basically all-time highs between 5,000 sats and 5,500 sats. If you took profits in here, don't feel bad that it's gone higher. Honestly, you've done the right thing. If you are still holding on and you haven't taken any profits, definitely take some. We're obviously right here back at all-time highs. Could easily be a double top and a blow-off top before we reject. If the same thing happens, what happened back in May 21, where you can see it blew past, it went all the way up to 6,600 sats and then dropped massively, like a 70%, 68% drop. So be sure to book in some profits. Bear market rallies can be brutal for that, suckering people in at the top and then falling. So we could easily see this come back down to this weekly support zone at 3,600 sats. So if you haven't taken profits already, you've still got a chance to do it. Onto ETH. Again, lovely little drop into our monthly support level at around $1,050. We flick to the the monthly. You can see clear level. It was the candle body closes at the top of 2018. Also had candle body closes back here in June and July as well. So pretty clear level of support. Nice little bounce. Again, if you've managed to profit from that, cash some in. 20% move there. So definitely a bit of a no-brainer. Take some profit. ETH BTC, nothing really doing. It's been very range bound for a long time now, ETH BTC, so no real action on there. BNB, as I just mentioned when we talked about Matic, talked about taking profit here at this monthly resistance at between 316 and 336. So yeah, hopefully you did that. Looking like a rejection here on the monthly time frame, as you can see, clear level of resistance. where it was previous support, and now you can see it's clear resistance. The third rejection in 4 months, actually, it's looking like. If we go to the weekly, again, pretty ugly looking candle. It's being held up by this weekly support at 260, between 260 and 255. Again, if you caught a bid there, nice bit of profit. Let's have a look at what you'd be on. About 14%. Again, worth trimming some profit. The real important test will be when it comes down to this $200 level. That will be very interesting. If it does come back down there, of course, you never know. Maybe it'll stay up, but I strongly suspect it's going to come back down and retest that. BNB BTC, as we said, blue sky breakouts. Take some profit because this could easily be a blow off top, especially with the news about Binance was going to buy out FTX. Now it's looking like that's not going to happen. That could easily have been the blow off top to grab some last bit of liquidity, trap people up here, and then sell it low, send it lower. So if you haven't taken profits on this already, I would really recommend you consider doing so. Quickly fix the weekly, but there's not much really to add. As you can see, it's just absolutely off on one, but you see this wick could easily be blow off top. XRP, lovely little dip into both the weekly and monthly support regions here. So the weekly at between 39 cents and 37 cents, and then the monthly just dipped into it at around 33 cents. If we go to the monthly, you can see, again, really strong support area. It's been held as support for, 4 of the last 6 months. 5 of the last 6 months, including this month. So clear level of support, and you can see, look at the amount of times it's tested this area in the past. Unbelievable. So yeah, clear level of support there. So hopefully you manage to take advantage of that. And again, if you have, be sure to book in some profits there, 25%. Again, you could look at potentially a fresh buy here. So you can see a clear level of support and resistance at this weekly level, 39 cents to 37 cents. Coming down for a retest. This could have a little bounce, but just be careful. Don't over risk. Be sure to cut it as soon as it reaches invalidation. XRP BTC, not really much to add here. We did talk about taking profits on this, I think it was about 3 weeks ago. In this monthly resistance, we talked about how strong of a resistance level it's been. So yeah, hopefully you took some profits on that. It could be rejecting and coming back down to this weekly support of about 1,600 to 1,400 sats. So again, if you've got some profits to take, consider taking them. Finally, ADA. This one's still sitting in this monthly, right at the bottom of this monthly support zone at 35 cents. Break that and you could see a real big drop from ADA. You could see it come all the way down to about 15 cents. So it could be a 50% drop. Potentially, as you can see, there's nothing but air here on the monthly time frame. If we go to the weekly, there's a bit more support. There's a very thin support that we've got marked out here between 23 and 22 cents. Again, you can see there's just no real support here if it loses this level at 35 cents. So be very careful with ADA. Again, it is on support, so you could chance your arm at a buy, at a swing trade. Just be very careful and quick to pull the trigger if you start seeing it break down. And ADA BTC, again, sat on support on the monthly time frame. So again, it could have a little bounce here on ADA. But as I say, just be ready in case, because if BTC collapses, then obviously it's going to take everything with it. So just be careful. But ADA sat on a really clear support on the monthly time frame, as you can see. Previous support and resistance, and now flipping to support again. Could easily have a little bounce. If we go to the weekly, not much really to add. As I say, sat on that monthly support, could have a little rally potentially. But yeah, there you go, guys. As you can see, a lot of the levels have been very effective in terms of just how, especially when you think how quick it was to mark out these levels. If you go back and watch the videos, it took us like 5-10 minutes per pair just to mark out these levels of monthly and weekly time frame supports and resistances. And they're pretty accurate, especially if you're just doing spot and you just put the orders on, no emotion, and if they hit, they hit, and if they don't, they don't. And then obviously just manage them once the positions are live or once you have bought the asset, and you can get yourself some pretty decent profits. Just be sure to take profits as quickly as you're willing to buy them as well, because things can turn around pretty quick, especially in a bear market. These bear market rides can be brutal, and I know sometimes people might look at this channel and think it's like a bearish channel. Because we're always talking about, take profits, it could go lower, and low targets for buy zones, etc. But honestly, myself and Ash, aka Market Mobster, we've been in the market a long time. Around 2016, 2017 we started. We've been through this, we've been through 2018. We know what it's like to have bear market rallies, and the euphoria that people get caught up in, thinking that this is the bottom, we're finally turning around. And all that happens is you just get caught out and you lose money. And let's go back to BTC on the weekly time frame. How many times have we bounced and we thought this is it? We're off to a new bull market, and it just doesn't happen, and it just takes people's money with it. So we're not a bearish channel, we're just a realistic channel, and we would rather be wrong and be cautious than be wrong and over optimistic. So we'd rather be wrong about being bearish than be wrong about being bullish, is what I'm trying to say. So I'd rather say to you, oh look, be careful, it's going lower, and you miss out on some potential profits, rather than saying we're going high, guys, we're going higher, and then you buy it and then it drops to the floor. So better to lose out on making money than to lose money is the way I'd put it. So yeah, as I say, guys, hopefully you've learned a bit from there, just how easy it can be just to mark out some simple higher time frame supports and resistances, plonk some orders in, and if they hit, great, you can manage the positions. If they're not, then you've not lost anything. So yeah, if there's any pairs you want me to go over in terms of doing some analysis on, let me know. And if not, stay safe out there. Don't over leverage yourselves. Be very careful about what you leave on an exchange or a platform, etc. And yeah, hopefully, as I said at the beginning, hopefully no one's been too caught up with the contagion that's happened so far. So continue to be cautious, guys. Have a great weekend, and we'll catch you next week.